here from SCI-FI Science Camps. I'm here today to bring you the 9th episode of our video series, What's New at the U, where we go around talking to students and faculty about topics of science. So stick around to the end of this video to find out how you can get your questions featured in one of our next videos. For today's episode, we will be talking about geology with Dr. Mel Stauffer, who is a geological sciences professor at the University of Saskatchewan. So, Mel, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mel Stauffer. I'm a geologist. I'm a semi-retired professor with the University of Saskatchewan in the Department of Geological Sciences. But what, you ask, is geology? Well, most of you probably know that geologists study rocks, minerals, and fossils. But that's not the whole story. We're interested in the whole Earth, its origin, what it's made of, how it's built, and how it got the way it is. Now, I think I'm a pretty good geologist. A bad geologist, well, they might take everything to be granite. I don't do that. Nonetheless, this is a piece of granite.
What does a geological scientist do?
Well, that's a good question. The short answer is lots of things. But that's not very useful, so let's be a bit more specific. The number one profession around the world is that of petroleum exploration geologist. Most geologists use their knowledge of rocks and earth history to look for oil and natural gas. The second most common profession is that of mine geologist, assisting with the mining of useful rocks and useful minerals such as gold, copper, iron, aluminum, just to name a few. The third most common profession is exploring for those useful rocks and minerals, what we would call a prospecting geologist or perhaps a mine exploration geologist. Some geologists, such as university professors like me, conduct research to discover new things about the Earth, including new things about minerals, rocks, fossils, rivers, glaciers, and Earth's history.
Why are some rocks sparkly?
I get asked this question quite a bit. Many people want to know why. The answer is simple. Because the rock has sparkly stuff in it. Duh. A better answer is that some minerals reflect light almost like a mirror. And if a rock has some of these minerals in it, then it will be sparkly. The mica in this granite is a good example. Mica is the most common of all of the reflective minerals. Most mica is either white in color or black in color, but there are several other rare colors that we find from time to time. Pyrite, also known as fool's gold, can also be pretty sparkly. It's fairly common, and it occasionally makes the rock sparkly. Gypsum is another sparkly mineral, not common, but it can make some rocks look a bit sparkly. And lastly, some gemstones, such as diamonds, are very sparkly, but they are so rare that very few people have ever seen one sparkling in the rock in nature.
What is your favorite geology fact?
Oh, I like this question. What is my fave geological fact? Well, that has to be the fact that Earth is such an active planet. In fact, it is often called the dynamic planet. That means something is always going on. It's a real happening place. In the atmosphere, for example, temperature varies from place to place, and it's always changing, resulting in the seasons. Earth's atmospheric temperature controls the type of life that exists in any one place. And this, in turn, is an important aspect of fossils. we find different fossils, different ages, and different places. On Earth's surface, there are rivers, glaciers, and ocean waves that erode the land in various places, helping to constantly alter the topography. Inside the Earth, well, this is where volcanoes and earthquakes originate. But these are really part of a bigger dynamic process that we call plate tectonics. Here we can see the plates given different colors. The North American plate in here involving the continent of North America as well as part of the Atlantic Ocean. These arrows show the relative directions of movement between the different plates. Most earthquakes and volcanoes are caused by this movement. So as you can see, Earth is really a real happening place, and this makes it my favorite fact.
I like rocks as much as the next guy, but why are they so important for organic life?
Well, this is a very important question because rocks do a lot for plants and animals. Plants first. To begin with, let's consider how most plants get the nourishment they need. First, they take carbon dioxide out of the air and water out of the ground, out of the soil. Then by using the energy obtained from sunlight, they chemically convert these into a type of sugar that they use for food. So they make some of their own food. The second type of nourishment is obtained through the water itself. The water that comes out of the ground contains dissolved mineral material, and they need this mineral material in order to help them grow. Well, let's look at the soil itself. Now, soil is a complicated topic, but as simply as possible, nature produces soil by breaking rock down into small, loose particles. The production of soil from rock is very slow. It takes thousands or millions of years to complete, but without it, no plants could grow. Thus, in nature, plants could not exist without rocks. Also, animals could not exist without plants. Now, I think you probably know this, but there are two reasons for this. Firstly, the base of the animal food chain is plants. Secondly, when plants produce their own food from carbon dioxide and water, they also produce a waste gas we call oxygen. And as you know, oxygen is required by all animals to live. So since plants require rocks to produce soil, and animals require plants for food and oxygen, it follows that animals need rocks too. Well, that's a pretty good question, I think.
A big thank you to Dr. Stauffer for answering all those questions for us, and thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to SCI-FI's YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook to stay up to date with all the new videos. If you want one of your questions featured in our next video, make sure to keep an eye on SCI-FI's Facebook page for any posts where you can comment your questions underneath. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.